Well, hello, everybody. Hudson here, Dad there. It's your favorite voiceover talents.
I'm so glad you said that.
Yeah, last time during the Todd's tips,
I don't think anybody else feels that way, but you and I certainly feel that way.
You're my favorite voiceover
and
talent.
You are mine too. I love the way your mind works.
I love your voice. So what we're going to do, John's not here and Joe is also not here. So I lied. Sorry about that. Joe is working at the school today. So we are going to give John a call. We're going to get him on the phone and he's going to give VOMP's numbers today. So I'm going to call him.
Reporting live.
Yeah.
VO Marketing Pro.
He'll be we'll be phoning a friend and I almost called you. All right, here we go.
We're waiting. John is in Grand Rapids, Michigan, visiting his grandparents.
There it is.
Becky, my wife's family over there. So that's what happens when you're live. You have to fill.
Hi, you've reached John.
That's too bad. And here's the thing.
I told him I was going to call him.
Yeah, we said that we were going to call him. No, we said we were going to call him at.
I texted him though and said I was going to call him. It's 2:29.
Yeah.
So
he'll probably call back in just a moment.
Oh boy.
Hey, but let me do this. Let me do this. So before I get to my weekly totals, and I usually do mine last, which I can. We're just waiting. This is Phil. You know, like on television when something breaks or you don't get a reporter on the air right away. We're just filling. We'll see how good we can do about this. But my weekly totals will come up in just a moment. But I just wanted to tell you about something that's a first for me. And here it is. It's a Fiverr first. After 5,230 jobs delivered on Fiverr, completed. Did you hear that? 5,230 jobs since 2016 completed.
Jobs. And
$382,665 earned. $382,665 earned a Fiverr first. And here it is. I got a 4.7 rating and a tip. I've had poor ratings, not a lot of them, but I've had some poor ratings before. But to get a 4.7 rating, you think, well, they're not going to give me any kind of a tip because they didn't think I was perfect. And I don't know what it is, Hudson. I don't know if, and you might have had this issue with Fiverr if you're on Fiverr. I don't know if people are like they used to be in the Olympics. Nobody's perfect. And so nobody ever got a 10. You know what I mean? No judges ever gave them a 10. It was always 9.5. And that was the greatest you could ever do, or 9. Well, I got a 4.7 and then a $15 tip. So that was kind of wild.
I guess that's to pay for the not perfect rating.
So you want to try him again? Maybe
I'll try him again.
Let's see what happens here. If not, maybe what we're going to have to do is just pause and then
for station identification.
Yeah,
just kidding.
This is the VO Marketing Pro Network.
Hey, we got him this time. The second time's a charm.
Oh,
All right. So Johnny's here from Michigan, Grand Rapids area, and you're going to give us VOMP's numbers.
You bet.
Hey, how's the weather over there, Johnny? How's the weather?
Oh, okay.
How's the weather?
It's about 65, 66 degrees or so and rainy.
Yeah, it just turned here to about 11 o'clock in the morning. It was cloudy, but very mild, and now it's pretty rainy. But boy, we had some beautiful days, and you enjoyed them before you went over there. So that's enough of the weather. Sorry about that. Just wanted to hear how things were over across the big lake.
Yeah, no problem. So we had a very nice week with warm responses. We had 77 warm responses.
Zachary Shaw.
Yeah.
That's got to be a record.
Yeah, I think that is.
We say that all the time.
I know.
We have a way of knowing, but I know. It's better to say that.
It's got to be close. So that is a lot. That is a lot of warm responses.
I remember there being more than 50s, if anything, that were more records.
You're breaking up a little bit here, Johnny.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So 77 warm responses, 16 auditions, and we're waiting to hear back on a lot of those. And then minus your job, Hudson, we had 4 reported jobs.
Okay.
And that includes Kim Wilson, Bill DeWeese, Mike Stout, and Jennifer White.
Jennifer White.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
So
good for you guys.
Yeah, not a bad week. I mean, warm responses means that there's good things coming in, and that people are at least wanting to respond, and hopefully people will stay in front of those. The ones that get those warm responses stay in front of them 2 or 3 times a year, and hopefully it'll start. For them, they'll start getting those jobs from those places. So that's encouraging.
Yeah, and we've got not only all those warm replies, but 16 auditions, which means that people have thrown their proverbial hat into the ring, and we've got great talent. So we have a lot of hope that they're going to pick off some of those jobs too. So hopefully those will be coming up. Sometimes, they get auditions and it's a week or 2 or 3 or even a month. So those can kind of filter in here and there. So we'll have to see what happens with those.
Yeah, and I think some of those came from the roster, which is encouraging to us as we've been, it's a little over a year old. I think maybe a little more than a year, about a year and a half old, maybe. Does that sound right? The roster?
Yeah, not much, because our company is just 26 months old. And so, probably maybe a year and a half at the most. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But that's good news. I mean, we're working hard. Andy, your assistant, Dad, is out, I think 1,000 or more each month. I think maybe 2,000 or so each month. And then we continue. Drew made some cold calls again this week to not so much cold, but to people that have responded, companies that have responded warmly to out. And there's some. I think a couple of those auditions are also from people that have come back that are video productions that have come back to our roster to use their talent again, or at least to get an audition. It might not work this time, but they're coming back, which is encouraging.
Yeah, that's what we're hoping, aren't we? Is that video production companies will get enough of those to trust us that they'll come back. And like we say, we've got great talent across the board. We've got really good talent on our voice roster. And so once they come, a lot of times they come back for auditions or jobs, and we just need to keep growing that, because if you could get 20, 30, 40 of those that come regularly, wow. I mean, the chances, if they're working basically exclusively with VO Marketing Pro's voice roster, that could really up the ante. Yep.
That's what we're looking to do. And there's little steps that seem like we're going in the right direction, and we'll keep pushing that rock up that boulder up the hill.
You bet.
So.
All right, Johnny. Well, thanks for calling.
Yeah.
Or I guess I called you.
No, that's all right. I understand.
Yeah. So we'll let you go, and Dad and I will finish out the numbers. So.
All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks, Johnny. Take care.
Yep. You too. Bye.
Bye. All right. I guess I will.
Tell me about your week.
Oh boy.
You're trying to get $500 a day.
Yeah, and if it wasn't for editing for you, I wouldn't have gotten it this week. Mm-hmm. My voiceover was last week. It was really busy. I was doing lots of jobs, voiceover wise. Mm-hmm. But this week you were busy, and I did lots of editing for you. So, which is part of voiceover stuff. I just like to talk about it as it is behind the mic stuff. Right. So anyway, I got 10 warm responses this week. I had 3 auditions. Good. Still waiting to hear back from, I think, all of those. So maybe I'll get 1, maybe I'll get 2, maybe I'll get 0. Who knows? Anyway, then I did a job on Upwork, and they came back to me. It was a $100 job. They came back to me and said, hey, the client wants to change the script. So they said, how much would you charge for that? I just said $10. I said, you know what? I'll just, because they're a returning client, so I got $8 more out of them. Some people might do more than that. I just decided to go with that. Don't ask me why. I just did. And then I did 19 hours of editing for you this week.
Wow.
Because you had lots of clients, lots of returning clients that sent you jobs, and I'm the main editor. And so that's a grand total. Oh, wait, I forgot one job. Sorry. Back up. I had a recurring client from Ukraine. They've used me, I think, twice. So it was $100. And yeah, that adds to my total. So I made $188 in voiceover this week. And then I made $340 doing editing for you at $20 an hour. So $568 for the week. So,
and last week it was
$1,220.
Yeah. And so we're shooting for, right now we're trying to shoot for $500 a week, $100 a day for Hudson. By hook or by crook, with editing or production work or voiceover stuff, and just,
Well, I'm your main editor.
Yeah.
So,
but keeping viable as a company. I talked with Mike Praviti this week about while you're just starting out, and how important it is to make sure that if you want to do this and you're going to be in it and you're going to stay in it no matter what, that sometimes you have to maybe not have as high a rates. Maybe you got to do editing. Maybe you've got to do audiobooks that you don't want to do sometime, or other projects that you don't. Maybe you'll have to do production work. I did all that when I first started out. I was just saying, oh yeah, I'll produce it. I'll do sound effects. I'll do music. Well, I don't do that anymore at all. I just don't need to. I don't want to. And I'd rather just do voiceover. It's more lucrative for me.
One of those auditions, was from you. You had somebody send you an email and it was not close to your budget. So you said that, my adult son does voiceover. So that's out there. I think it's like 4,200 words for $400. So it's not a great rate, but I'm just looking to make $500. So if I can do that, and that's, what is that? 4/5 of my $500.
Yeah.
That's really, anyway.
Yeah. No, that's good.
So that's out there. So hopefully.
So you, like I said, like with Mike Praviti and like yourself, or maybe like you, as you are just starting your voiceover career, if you can stay in the game as you roll that boulder up the hill, then whatever you do to stay viable as a company, do that, because then you'll keep marketing like you are. Even when you're busy, you're marketing. And so you're getting stuff out there. It just takes time. And it's maybe sometimes a year or so before you really become viable as a voiceover talent. And you just got to keep plugging away and keep in the game. So
I was just looking at our picture because
it's very nice.
It's might not be there.
Yeah.
Next week.
That's a tease there.
Yeah.
Okay, I better get on to mine here. My weekly totals, I gave you that first Fiverr here just before we got Johnny on the line. So my Fiverr was down a little bit, $1,071. Direct email marketing was $5,291. I had a total of $6,362. $6,362 and one new client that I had this week. So I'll add that to my list. I think I'm getting close to 40 new clients this year, which is down. It's down a little bit from what I have had. But anytime you can get new clients, then, those are new clients, and maybe 3, 4, 5 of them out of 40 will come back all the time.
And you mentioned to me, this isn't bragging or anything like that, but as of, I don't know, maybe yesterday, you said that you were about $14,000 away from $300,000 again.
Yep.
So hopefully, you've got another half of a month technically. With the whatever they call it, holidays coming up, and then another kind of half of a month so hopefully you'll get there.
Yeah. Something I think would have to drop considerably. I'd either have to, keel over or, have some sort of health problem or whatever. Our family goes on vacation around Thanksgiving for a full week. And so I'll miss that whole week of voiceover. So that'll hurt. But I'm hoping that maybe the first week of December, I'll crack the $300,000 mark again this year. That'll be the third year in a row.
Nice. I don't really know where I'm at with mine. I should probably total that up, but I think I'm over $10,000. So moving on up.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for watching these videos. If you like them, go ahead and like them. We always have our VO merch, Bill DeWeese Live, Mallory DeWeese Fiverr stuff. All that stuff is in the What do they call that? Description
yeah.
below. So thanks for watching that. If you're interested in our full podcast and something that's a little bit more light and off the cuff, join us on Wednesday for our original father-son voiceover podcast, episode 32. Thanks again. Did you like that video? Check out more from the original father-son voiceover podcast right over here, or subscribe to our channel right here.